Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back here, where PSG managed to find a way to get a victory over Triple Trouble in pretty confident and controlled fashion here, as we are still getting things underway at DreamHack Valencia. But much like we know, like the entirety of the DreamHack ecosystem, things can get a little bit hairy. Not everything always seems to go to plan, and we have our first maybe bump in the road here for one of our rosters as results have been trickling in. Would you like to give some insight into that, boys?
Sure. We always talk about the DreamHack Magic. We talk about the European bubble teams. It wasn't a European bubble team this time. It was OCE. Ground Zero Gaming has taken out TSM on day one. It was game 5, 5-minute overtime, and Ground Zero takes it. So they're moving on to day 2. TSM and Remco, 3 day 1 exits now. Yeah. So we thought maybe they were safe from this roster shuffle that's going on in Europe, but another day 1 exit, maybe they're going to be thrown into that mix as well.
And that last series represents exactly what will happen in DreamHack. The chaos, the chaotic starts. Nobody knows what's going to happen. So many upsets. And just like that, we saw TSM. They're already out. This is going to be a crazy tournament. Yeah,
I think that though maybe TSM out of EU is one with more polar results, right? So I think it's surprising, but it's not the most surprising thing, right? It wasn't like Renault Vitality just dropped out of nowhere, but still, it is crazy to see a name as big as that, especially it wasn't like, as you said, that's not an EU bubble team that's knocking them out.
And plus, it has to be tough for them because with TSM, they didn't go to the World Championship, so these were the 2 tournaments, these 2 DreamHacks. They obviously had a extremely good result with the 2nd place finish at the last one. So I think it is kind of surprising because I would probably think a World Championship team might get upset just because they've only been home for a week. Yeah. They have to travel again. Maybe they're not practicing as much. But it turns out to be TSM, the team that was home, the one that was practicing for just these 2 DreamHacks is now out.
And finally, some momentum for OCE regions, something we've been waiting for so long. You know, they didn't show up in Worlds, and then they come into DreamHack, and hopefully this can be something that can pick up for them.
And plus, that is Ground Zero, known as the 3rd best team in OCE. Sure, they made the World Championship, but this is their first quality win now versus a European side. So it seems like OCE is getting better and better and more confident versus these teams.
Yeah, and with that, though, we do need to transition to the series at hand. And as we said before, it is going to be between Mout Gang and Splyce. But it is very important to highlight that this is a new version of Splyce. This is not the standardized RLCS version that we have gotten out of them. We do have Karma still, but it's hybrided in with that of the Peeps.
Yeah, so the Peeps with Gyro and Reddles. We saw their 3rd with Arsenal. He moved over to Space Station Gaming, so they're trying to try out some new 3rd players. So they're bringing in Karma for this tournament, and Splyce, they foot the bill so they could come out here and make the trip. And it's going to be very interesting to see because I feel like we saw Jay Wizen do with the nose. I feel like with Gyro and Reddles, probably 2 better players. So around Karma, let's see how she performs.
And that's the thing I've been curious to see is the upgrade with Karma. How will she respond to being in a new environment? She's so offensive. She positions herself so far forward and tries to cut off all these enemy clears. I want to see if that'll actually boost her confidence and make her, perform more aggressive.
And I would love to, hear some insight from both of you on the idea that, I think that's going to be an interesting point there, Turtle, but I think it's even more so considering she was not only a team leader within the past roster, but also the person who was known to be the most team focused, right? Though she is the flashy player, it was always about making sure the team is working as a full unit. So what does that look like under, again, a very different group?
We'll have to see, right? We just don't know because usually when you're around better teammates, you look so much better as well. It's kind of that energy situation where they're bringing in a new player. Whoever comes in is going to look much better than they have looked. But real quick, we got Mout Gang up here, and we have Itachi, the first African player to appear at DreamHack, and then there is Mout himself. And everyone on the Reddit calls him the greatest player in the world. He's got a lot of legacy behind him. It's a half joke, but he is a very solid player. Yeah. He is definitely of rival series quality, and we'll see how he performs on the big stage.
Why do you think they're called the Mout Gang?
Exactly. He's the best player in the world.
Yep, all focused on them. But coming over to Splyce, we talked about it earlier, and I think the main thing right now is the adaptability. If she can focus on her teammates, that makes her so easy to mesh with everybody else. If she focuses on her teammates, no matter what team she's on, if she can just keep that mentality, she'll fit right in.
And then it'll come with comparisons with Arsenal, right? Because Arsenal left this team to join Space Station Gaming. Was that the right move or not? Because Space Station hasn't been playing that well, while the Peeps have been on an uptrend. They performed pretty well at DreamHack Dallas, and now they're bringing in Karma. And again, she's not the leader of this team necessarily, but she brings the org and everyone always wants to see Karma perform well.
Yeah, and I also want to raise the, is there any conflict with the idea that, when watching Red, it's a very mechanically demanding, outstanding offensive player in a lot of fronts. And then when you mix that with Karma, is that too much independence on the offensive front for this team to really be as cohesive as it was like and not be that three-headed beast that often we look to aim for when building these rosters in our minds, right?
So it's going to be hard. Like, I feel like they have to let Karma do her thing and then have the other two kind of play around her, because when we saw, like, at the promotion tournament, she was probably the best player, like, on the field, but her teammates weren't really backing her up. So I think if you just let her do her thing and then let the peeps just play defensive and just work with one another, I think that's probably their best option in the small time scale that they've had to practice.
I mean, with such a fresh roster, it's all going to come down to communication, how they can communicate on the field. We talked about Garrett G before, talking about how communicating as that third man back and calling for your teammates above is something so important. And being a new person on a team, you might not have that confidence to do that with, calling for other teammates. So I'm curious if they can do that here.
Well, we will find out here. But first, we have to get our predictions underway and who we think is going to take it here between Mout Gang and that of Splyce. We know, purely off of orgs and names and background, it feels like it's heavily weighted on the side of Splyce.
I don't know what you're talking about. Mout Gang has the best player in the world with Mout. They were the 23 seed. That is straight disrespect to Mout. I'm going Mout Gang here.
Really?
I'm going to go with the upset. I'm going to go, he's going to score probably that Game 5 overtime winner, so everyone on Reddit and throughout Twitch chat can just celebrate about Mout.
Why wouldn't you say Mout's going to get all the goals? He's going to score everything.
He has teammates and he likes to pass. So he'll assist them.
Mout is a humble man. He's going to let the rest of the team at least score once in a while. Their confidence has to waver if they don't get it.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm going to go Splyce, though. I don't believe in the man. I don't. It's my own opinion. I don't believe it. I think Karma's going to come through. I think she's going to pop off.
That's just NA bias right there. That's all that is.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't like it.
But it's wavering over here, too, because I'm actually on the side of Splyce. Personally, I'm a big fan of Karma as a player and what she's set as a tone for her background. Mixing that with such outstanding players with the peeps coming in, I feel like they have what it takes there.
Never disagree with Reddit. That is the first thing I learned in my casting career.
That's a good point.
And that is why Reddit loves me. And
You're
this
right.
Is why I'm going
You're right.
And you guys are totally wrong.
No, I'm running it down the proverbial mid about as hard as I can when it comes to my Reddit career. My goodness. But look at this. Agreeing with you. Mout Gang bringing in the fans at home. 63%. You are right. I've done goof. That's evidence right there.
Hey, man. Like, I know about it. Like, I used to be the greatest player in the world, but I passed that torch over to Mout, and Mout's going to take it.
I think, Gibbs, you're getting a lot of love right now. It feels a little bit unfair right now. Maybe I should have gone Mout just for the bias.
Maybe you should have, but you'll learn, Turtle.
Okay.
You'll learn in
slowly.
Yeah, eventually he'll grow up to be the big tortoise he was built to be. But for now, he's just a baby turtle. Anyways, we're going to get things underway here. It is going to be Splyce up against the Mout Gang. We'll figure out who has it takes. But first, we got to send it over to commentary crew. It is James Bot and Achieves.
Thanks, Dredd. And that was almost as strange as that PSG series, I'll be honest.
That was something.
But now we've got Splyce. This is a team to really pay attention to because they, previously the Peeps, they dropped Arsenal, bring in Karma. This might not necessarily be a done deal, I don't believe, for these guys. The Peeps, Gyro and Reddles, they're kind of shopping around. They have options. They made it into the RLCS. So this Splyce roster really looking to succeed because success here in Valencia could really set the trajectory for them moving forward into the next season of the RLCS.
And you're absolutely right. But Dreadnought did bring up a couple of good concerns, I thought. It's like, there's a lot of solid striking capability on that team. And you got to wonder, do these three players have the composure within them to sort of get out of each other's way and let them make plays? Because Gyro, Reddles, and Karma, all three of them are dangerous people when you get them on offense, and you just don't want to see them be too aggressive and then have them crumble because of it.
Got game one underway. Karma
With a dribble, going for the bump on Mout.
But Mout able to dodge it. Itachi. That is a player's name that we've seen before in the RLCS ecosystem.
He has been around for a while, as well as Extra. Extra just played in RLCS 7, the Get Squad.
It's quite a story about that Zentox team. You should Google it. Itachi getting dunked on by Karma. Gyro, pass to the middle, no one there. Extra to the wall. Karma was waiting. She doesn't get the hit. Reddles the corner. Itachi towards net, and Mout starting things out hot.
Nice, clean finish to this one. Reddles, not a bad touch, actually, but a beautiful follow-up from Itachi, and just no time to recover on the line for Reynolds. Hadn't even landed yet before the shot came at him. So Mout Gang perfectly timed pressure, and they'll get a goal out of it.
Mout Gang starting off quickly with no other than Mout at the helm. Extra now, going for a double tap. That would have been a tough angle to make happen. Karma up, fakes out one. Hitachi there waiting. Reynolds has to half flip back. Misses his touch. Leaves it for Gyro. Gyro downfield extra. The boomer opportunity. Puts this one high off the ceiling. Back down to Mout. Mout 50-50s it through. Hitachi with the
Reynolds.
fake. And Reynolds, hook, line, and sinker, buys it.
Absolutely.
And that one just rolls in.
He definitely believed that shot was coming right here, and you can't blame him. Mout's got him beat to, or Itachi has him beat to the ball, excuse me, and he has to respect that. If you don't jump at it, the ball's just in the middle of the net.
A strange play. It looked like Itachi might have been going for the 50-50 win. He might have thought Reynolds would have been coming in to hit that ball. Strange line he took, but it worked out. Mout Gang up by 2, not even 2 minutes in, but now we see a response from Splyce. Gyro getting the goal. You can see, was it Reynolds in net boosting out of the way?
Yeah, definitely Reynolds in the net, just getting out of the way, but it was because of that double commit from Splyce. They just sort of both went at the same ball, nobody back. That's what we were talking about. Everyone's ready to do something big, and they get in each other's way, and they give up a goal.
Karma getting demoed. Now Gyro with some boost. Puts this off the backboard. Reynolds turns around. Gets a bump on Itachi. This one pinched back to the Splyce corner. Mout pass to the middle. Karma gets there in time. Now Reynolds in the middle. Dribble. Pops it by 1. Goes for the
nice
bump.
bump.
And did he connect? Reynolds getting the goal.
Beautiful play from Splyce here on this transition. Mountain Extra both in position to deal with it, but unfortunately,
it looked
goodbye.
like he did get the bump. It was during the side flip, but enough to push out that defender.
Big piece out of him. That's the best part about the bump. You really don't need a big piece, just need a little bit. Why not get all of it?
Just enough. Now Gyro up the corner. Itachi's there. Extra. Crosses it across the field. It's going to bounce back to the middle. Shot towards net. Gyro with the save. Now off the ceiling to Karma. Karma sees Reynolds upfield, but couldn't get it to him. Reynolds will get the boost. Try to pass that back out. Extra with the pass. Reynolds gets a good 50-50. Hunting for the bump. Itachi clears it off his backboard to the side. Reynolds back towards net. Mout straight downfield. Karma put this off the side. It comes back down. Back up to Karma, just out of her reach. Follow up from Gyro. That one's high. Now pop back up. Extra in the air. Karma with good control will get this ball almost to the corner. Tachi off the ceiling. Leaves it for Extra. Extra. Ball to bounce out. Reynolds getting bumped back as well. No one back except Gyro has to make the play, but a miss from Mout. Gyro will take over.
Yeah, Mout Gang really want to see them figure out how they can keep command of this ball because they're having to use a ton of boost to chase it down. Sure, they get it through the midfield line here, but it's requiring a lot of effort to hang on to the ball, but actually they catch Splyce a little too far forward. Mout just needs a pass, and he can't get the wheels on it to get it into the middle. And Splyce will recover.
And even before that, you saw Reynolds dribbling a player from Mout Game. Didn't see who it was. Extra. Flicks this off the ceiling. Going to chase it down.
Oh, nice touch.
Chaos in front of net. And Itachi comes through. Mout Gang move ahead.
Extra with beautiful command coming out of the corner. Way to chase that ball down. Recovered off the back wall. And then I'm not sure if he got that extra touch off the back or not. But either way, got it behind the defense, and Itachi there to slam it home. Great control coming out of the corner.
Now a demo on Karma from Itachi. Gyro taking his time. This is going to be a tough ball. Shot down from Itachi. That's his second.
In just as many seconds, it feels like, too. It's pretty much off the kickoff. Gyro just gets straight dunked. Extra right over his head because, again, it's that challenge angle. Knew there's only one place that ball could go. Just took it right off the nose, and goodbye.
Needed a better challenge leading up to that play. You cannot give up those backward bounces like that. Now Mout Gang ahead by 2 with just 1 minute left to go. Tachi off the ceiling, back down, he leaves it. Gets the
nice
bump.
bump.
Extra will just put this one in after the bump clears the way.
And you see why Mout Gang's got a lot of support. Boy, are they feeling it. Reynolds gets some redemption for Mout Gang as they got bumped earlier, so they'll take it right back and make the lead 3 with 53 seconds. I mean, what are you gonna do?
So Mout Gang starting off the game with 2 goals. Splyce get back in it, tie it up, and now 3 unanswered from Mout Gang. And Gyro,
There we go.
a blistering shot from about the half field point.
And Mout just really doesn't get that ball cleanly. It's a nice win from Karma out to the side, and just great reactions from Gyro to just wheel around. Just put that one towards net. Mout Gang caught a couple steps forward, but it's okay. They've got some goals to play with, to be fair. But you do have to make sure you lock down here. It's very easy to let something slip away like that if you're overconfident, especially against players like the ones on Splyce.
And we saw triple trouble get 2 and 15. Can Splyce do the same? Reynolds over to Gyro. Gyro. The Mout Gang corner. Extra will take over. Getting bumped slightly. Does pass that over to Itachi. Itachi centers it. Mout getting demoed. Turning from Reynolds. Reynolds can't get it. Karma trying to dribble it past, but Mout shuts it down. And with that, Mout Gang coming out early. Game 1, getting the win.
Absolutely. It was kind of out of nowhere as well. It was sort of back to back to back, and just like that, they kind of ran away with game 1. And really, the only problem that you saw from Mout Gang was on defense. I think you said it was Splyce that was getting each other's way. I definitely meant Mout Gang. But they had a couple double commits on defense early on, but after that, I mean, it was really just great control, well-timed pressure, and they kind of just walked all over Splyce towards the end of that game.
Splyce, 5 shots total, 3 goals. Extra himself had 6. 12 total shots from Mout Gang.
And Extra definitely proving very valuable, like you said, the 6 shots, but also the 3 assists. I mean, he's getting the job done in every facet of the game from, at least on the offensive perspective, of course, you could say. So, to be fair, Mout Gang didn't have to play much defense later on, but Splyce is going to have to figure something out because got to start with a challenge game, I suppose, is where everything is won and lost.
Yeah, we even saw a poor challenge that led to that go-ahead goal for Mout Gang. And Splyce, it seemed like they were going to battle back. Mout Gang getting those 2 early goals, Splyce responding, but then Mout Gang just piling it on.
And not too many comms in between games that we could see, at least, which is quite interesting, you know? They're probably just like, all right, fine, whatever. We lost that one, let's go. And they're just waiting for the timer to tick down, so it doesn't really feel like game 1 rattled them too much, I would say, but see the adjustments that come out here. And if Extra continues to be an impressive player in getting chances for his team.
Maybe Twitch chat and Gibbs were right.
If Gibbs is right, then, oh man.
Well, Gibbs is always guessing.
Gibbs is just guessing.
If Twitch chat would be right, but Gibbs is guessing.
There we go.
Now Reynolds off to the side. Will again put it up the side. Perhaps wanting to leave that for Karma, but Itachi's there first. Gyro. Blocked by Mout. Itachi first to the ball. Mout up in the air. Karma first to it. Mout has no boost. Will have to flip back.
Great
demo on Karma from Itachi. Numbers advantage for Mout Gang.
And that's what the demo game is so good at. Opens up holes, relieves a bunch of pressure, forces the team that's down a person to really figure out how they want to plug those gaps. And pass into the middle. Reynolds can't get around it and just has to poke it right back into the corner, and no problem for Itachi.
Splyce coming out swinging. Reynolds winning the ball again. Splyce, this first minute has just been putting the pressure on, testing the Mout Gang defense. Itachi with 0 boost in the tank, finally getting some full boost. Mout, solid clear, but Gyro's there. Back to the corner, Itachi off the sidewall. Ball bouncing up. Karma is trying to keep possession, getting that ball out of Mout's way. Gyro Some air dribbling going on. Follow up from Karma.
Yeah.
The shot finds its target. Splyce ahead by 1.
This is just patience from Karma. She's following this air dribble up the field. She knows something could happen with a challenge and sees that ball pop right back out. Doesn't think twice, straight into it, and just rips one into the middle of the net.
Mout had to sit and watch. Tried to turn on it. Now Tachi. Flick chance. Backflip sends it high. And now again, the shot off the backboard. Extra turning quickly. Mout gang instantaneous with the answer.
And getting more pressure off the kickoff just like they did in game number 1. That all stems from the start of that, where they just won the ball down onto the Splyce half and they just didn't let up. Won a couple of great challenges and, like you said, Extra quick to react and there to equalize almost immediately.
Great speed, and especially even the build-up to that play. Extra jumping in, getting that block. And now another shot had to be saved by Gyro. Extra keeping possession. Up to Itachi, double tap chance. Karma, the long clear all the way back. Mout missing his
missed
hit.
it.
Back to the middle.
Itachi.
Gyro the shot, and Itachi with the save off the backboard. Karma with the touch. Taking over, gets her flip back off the ceiling, but will have to bail out.
And Mout gang seemed to get everything back under him. Splyce with a couple of misses, but Itachi made 2 big plays. There was a free shot coming in for Splyce, and he just ran into the guy about to shoot it. Then he turned right back around and made a great save. That one high from Karma. Tough chance, but had the opportunity, and she couldn't finish.
And that play from Gyro, getting that boost steal, then getting the backflip flick pass. Almost able to make it work for Splyce. Splyce controlling a lot of the game so far. Extra, getting shut
right
down,
through.
back towards net. The save from who was
Karma,
that?
it was Karma.
Karma, that ball was going in.
Feels real bad. She was backing up. She was trying to get out of the way. She knew it was in, but unfortunately couldn't move fast enough.
See if that comes back to haunt Splyce. Gyro to their own corner. Playing it slow, doesn't have boost. Finally picking up a small pad, but it's still not enough. Reynolds misses his challenge. Back to the middle. The force through Reynolds.
Is one there?
But it's not over yet. Mout with the center.
Mout was
And
looking for extra.
Splyce finally get out of danger.
Some miscommunication from Mout gang there. They both get, again, a little too antsy right on top of each other. Extra went for it himself, but all he had to do was wait for the pass. And like you said, Splyce get out of a jam.
And that was a scary moment for Splyce. 9 times out of 10, you're giving up a goal in that situation. Final minute, tied at 1. Gyro wraps it around. Extra puts it back. Reynolds centers to Karma. Karma, the shot saved by Mout. Gyro on the sidewall. Now back to the middle. Extra downfield. Itachi pops it up. Reynolds to Karma. Karma backflips, lets it through. Karma with the touch now. Going for the center. Goes for the shot instead, forcing a double commit. And again, hurling it towards net. Splyce trying to make Mout gang make a mistake and a miss on that shot. Net was vulnerable for a moment.
Just slipping away from Splyce. I mean, that was a pretty much a gimme chance. And Reynolds can't break this one through. Another chance for Karma. Tries to find a hole, and she can't do it. It was a great save from Itachi to come off the wall. Karma trying to pull out the defense with the touch off the wall, but some stingy plays trying to dunk this one through, and it'll be Mout gang to survive the 0-second push and force OT.
Karma with multiple opportunities near the end there. Now,
Another
1v2. Mout gets faked out the shot.
Okay.
Off the lip and in. Karma with a redemption play.
Beautiful fake. Oh, man. Talk about had him on a string. That was a little chip up, and Mout didn't think about it. Just jumped right up there to go block it. And she was like, yeah, thank you very much. I'll take that.
And relief on the face of Karma after that play. Even that shot was close to hitting post and going out.
It really does feel like, that was very close to tilt, from saving the open goal, missing a couple of other shots. And then if that one rolled out as well, oh man.
That would have been game over.
That's a rough day at the office, to say the least.
And we see this play here. Karma, this shot beating out Mout. Karma scoring both goals for Splyce, both assisted by Gyro. And then this hustle from Extra, getting the challenge, quickly turning to get the pass from Mout. And then overtime, this play, Mout getting faked out from Karma.
That's just a beautiful read, you know? That's what that little short chip touch will give you, you know? It might force the defense to show their hand, and it gives you a lot more options instead of just trying to dribble this ball slightly off your nose and not really in control of it. So.
Yeah, Mout probably thinking that Karma was going to pop it and then go for the quick shot.
Yep.
Trying to get in the line of the shot, but then Karma just letting it drop. Then we even saw a demo near the end of that play as well. But Splyce inching away with that win.
Inching away is I definitely think the right term for it, because it could have very easily gone the other way. But Mout Gang as well, not sure if they had quite the same presence they did in game number 1. They had a couple of great pushes, but definitely limiting the kickoff success comparatively by Splyce. So well done.
And Splyce gave a lot of space as well to Mout Gang in the first games.
Yeah.
Or the first game, rather. Now center Reynolds just out of position. Hitachi challenged by Gyro. Quick to the ball again, sends it towards Splyce's net, but Reynolds gets the hit. Mout will drop that down. Gyro puts it up to Karma. Karma over to Gyro. He leaves it for Reynolds. Hitachi credited with the save. Karma off the ceiling and down. Extra with a long clear downfield. Hitachi. And now Reynolds. Gonna go for a block as well. Does get it. Now off the corner, Reynolds. The shot denied by Mout. This was gonna pinch long. Hitachi sends this one wide. Extra off the ceiling. Reynolds back down. Hitachi with a double tap pass off the corner. Hitachi staying in the play, centers it over to Extra. Extra shut down by Reynolds. Now Karma.
Man, Mout Gang, they're playing so aggressive. They'll take pretty much anything, it feels like, and just try and force it past the defense. And you feel like that might open them up to a counterattack eventually if they double commit.
And we saw a double commit right there. We'll see if Mout can get the touch he needs. Yes, he does. But Karma waiting in the middle. Now back to Gyro. Gyro gets this ball to Reynolds. Reynolds going to bring it up the wall. Gets his flip off the ceiling. Doesn't make much use of it. It's shut down quickly by Extra. Now long clear. Karma will let it bounce. Leaves it for Reynolds. Reynolds, long clear. Extra misses. Hitachi. There. Gyro. The Mout Gang corner. Mout pops it up off the ceiling. Karma pops it off the ceiling again. Bouncing down. Hitachi. Gonna take this to the wall. Going for a pinch potentially. Gyro with the stop. Now Extra taking over. Air dribble opportunity. Does he have enough boost? Gets it over to Mout. Mout with the shot. And he scores.
And this was just the man in the net. It's a tough play to have to figure out what's about to happen here. Extra definitely going for the pass, but where's Mout going to shoot this ball? He's definitely got the entire left side open to him. You got to go and respect that option. And just great command from Mout to get out on the outside of the ball, put it right behind him. And Mout Gang, well, there you go, another lead.
And they hold on to it in that net. Also vulnerable. Shot goes wide, however. Karma off her own backboard. Popped up by Reynolds. Reynolds again. Karma centers it. Reynolds over to Gyro. Gyro downfield. Karma can't get there in time. Hitachi puts it to the corner. Reynolds takes over. Mout on the wall. Gets beat, but Extra puts it straight up. Gyro beat by Hitachi and the demo now. Chance for Mout Gang. Mout getting shut down by Reynolds.
And Extra, that was literally just killing time. Just out to the side to make sure they had time to rotate back. But I feel like if you see this game start getting pushed into just launch the ball as far up the pitch as possible, you gotta favor Mout Gang, because again, they've been so aggressive. willing to challenge anything from pretty much any distance, it feels like. And more often than not, even if they don't win it, it goes into a fairly neutral position and buys them plenty of time. So you need to see Splyce, or I want to see Splyce, I should say, try and bring the ball down, keep it close, because they've had a lot of success with this already in the series.
And they're going to need something now. Mout Gang on the press. Karma popping it by 1. Doesn't get it by Itachi. Itachi up off the ceiling. Extra trying to pass it backwards. Mout's there to help out. Reynolds, hard hit. Extra using up everything in the tank for that hit. Karma to the corner. Mout up the side. Gyro to the middle. Reynolds off the backboard. Extra hits it to the side. Now pass to Karma. Karma back to Reynolds. Reynolds off the post. A difficult angle.
But they're not done yet. Still trying to keep this pressure up, trying to steal away as much corner boost from Mout Gang as possible. Unfortunately, they do find a very hopeful long clear, to say the least. That will buy them a lot of time to get out of danger, and pinched off the post. Extra to follow through.
Reynolds has to read it. Off the backboard, and Extra with a ruthless dunk.
Great command here. Well done to find the hole in the back wall. Everything in the tank used, and Reynolds just didn't put it somewhere else, but it's not like he had too many options.
You know what you call that, Achieves?
What's that?
Getting posterized.
Yeah.
What a dunk from Extra. Final 10 seconds. Splyce not giving up yet. Karma in reverse. Trying to dribble this one through, off the post and up, and that's not going to be enough. Mout Gang take game 3.
All right, so Mout Gang. Again, it's just this blistering approach to the game where they'll just dive at everything. It feels like, coming from anywhere on the pitch. They'll just throw bodies at the ball and see what sticks. And to be honest, it's been working pretty well, because Splyce really have not had a lot of success. Even if they've found a gap to long clear that ball through, no one's there to go pick up the slack, and the ball just gets pushed right back onto the Splyce half, it felt like.
Yeah, 72 points for Gyro. A tough game from him. But Mout, there on the other end of the Extra pass. Extra has just been playing so well. I have been impressed with him. Getting that dunk as well to put the game out of reach. But all around, Extra, even from the beginning of game 1, has just been playing so cleanly, generating opportunities for Mout Gang, getting chances for his team, scoring goals. He's doing it all.
I mean, he's a guy who's been locked in, you know. Again, touched on it briefly before the game started. He was part of the Rival Series Season 7 over on Baguette Squad with Rizurul and Swoopin. So, I mean, they missed out. They took 5th, but it's okay. They were only out by a couple of games on game differentials. So it's a pretty good wrap-up to the season for Extra. Even though he has to re-qualify for Rival Series, he knows what he's capable of, and he knows he's a good player. And you're absolutely getting to see him put that on display here.
Yeah, Mout Gang, Twitch chat heavily favors this team. Gibbs picked them. Now just one game away from fulfilling their destiny.
This is elimination too. Splyce lost to Vitality as well earlier. So this is a lower bracket match. And we talked a little bit about it. You know, Splyce might not be set in stone, and they'd like to have a good showing here at Valencia.
Gyro. Back down. Now off the ceiling, Reynolds. Doesn't get a great hit. Chance for Extra. He smells blood. Mout Gang coming through, and Tachi scores.
Bodies at the ball. Reynolds can't find a strong clear. Everybody just crowds the box. Everybody jumps at it. Itachi patiently waits, and he is rewarded.
And it looked like Reynolds was going for a pinch, but he just hits the ball, and the ball dies. It drops straight down. Now a shot from Karma, misses the double tap, block from Gyro. Gonna keep this ball near the Mout Gang half, but Extra with that challenge win gets a dribble. Now a pinch, it's gonna pop straight up across the middle. Mout in enemy territory. Itachi, this reads the bounce. Going bounce again up towards the middle. Karma can't get to it in time. Extra hits it to the Splyce corner. Mout racing towards it. Leaves it for Itachi. Itachi off the corner. Karma. Blocked by Extra. Gyro with the kill. Puts a shot towards net, but immediately gotten in the way by Itachi.
Oh man, even just when you thought Reynolds finally poked it past the first man on the line and nobody was immediately in position for Mout Gang to put the pressure back on, and what happened? He got demoed. And right back at it. Here they come.
Mout Gang. They could end this Splyce run right here. On day one, we heard TSM went out already. Splyce, another surprise here if they go out against Mout Gang. Karma off the side. Extra. Can't get it. Reynolds beat by Itachi. Gyro back down. Flings it towards net. Itachi has to leave it. Karma with the save. Itachi over to Mout. Mout side flips. Demo by Reynolds. Karma leaves that for Reynolds. Now Gyro up. Itachi back down. Karma can't get to it in time. Extra flings it back. Reynolds with a slight touch. Mout going for the read, but Reynolds recovers and gets the clear.
Great play from Reynolds, but he needs to be able to hang on to that ball, and he did a wonderful job of it. Bought all the time in the world for Splyce to get set. Now they need to get their teeth sunk in here. Hang on to the ball, and Gyro gives it away. Extra waiting on the ball. Puts it right to him, and Karma saves the day. Tip out into the side.
Scary miss there from Splyce, but they make it work now on the other end. Karma blocks out Extra towards net. Mout stretching to make the save. Gyro up the wall, another demo. Karma tries to get to it in time, but can't.
Scary spawn.
Aggression from Splyce. This one passed to the middle. Mout downfield. Karma trying to stop it. Goes for a second touch. Back out to Gyro. Gyro shot his shot blocked by Extra. Now again cleared back down to Splyce's corner. Karma with some dribble space, shut down by Extra.
It was the right approach, though. Don't just launch the ball upfield. It hasn't been working. Ball out into the middle of the field. Nobody there for Splyce, and free touch for Extra. Down to Mout, and on into the corner. Follow through into the middle. Itachi again waits his turn. A nice initial save, but can't get it to safety.
And Karma had to barely make that save. Itachi shot not that hard, but Karma had already used up everything to make that save. And Itachi just can bounce it in. A minute 32 left. Mout Gang about to put Splyce out of the tournament.
Plenty of time to work with, though. A minute and a half is, it feels like an eternity, but it might feel shorter. Mout puts one into the net, make it 3-0.
Itachi going for a double tap. Gets the block there. Gyro couldn't get the ball out, and it goes right back down to Mout. 3-0. Mout Gang ahead.
It's been quite an interesting thing watching Mout Gang's approach to the game. And to see it work with such efficiency and effectiveness has been surprising, to say the least. So I commend you, Twitch chat. You know what you're talking about.
Gibbs, I guess they're right every once in a while. And Mout, he was at the head of it, getting that first goal of the series. Extra, popping it up. Reynolds. Over to Gyro. Splyce not giving up just yet. Karma, low boost. Mout with the center ball. Itachi, that shot saved by Gyro. Mout Gang feeling it. And now time running out. Mout Gang seconds away from an upset. Gyro off the side. Karma back down. And time just running out. Splyce not going to be able to do this, and Mout Gang achieves. They do it, an upset.
It was a beautiful way to do it as well. I mean, it was great challenges out of the midfield, always able to find a gap. Even when Splyce was able to find something, it wasn't for very long. Always the support coming through off the back line, a great long clear back up the pitch, and Splyce could just never settle in on the offensive side of the pitch, and they will knock them out.
And yeah, with that win, Mout Gang are moving on. Splyce is going home.
A rough go. Splyce bounced out as well. earlier in Leipzig.
And that's just the way DreamHacks go. Every DreamHack has its share of surprises.
It's brutal.
Yeah, Mout Gang now, one of those teams that are surprising us here, taking the win over Splyce. But that's not all the Rocket League we have today. We have more Rocket League coming up after the break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome back here to DreamHack Valencia, where we just witnessed an upset out of Mout Gang versus Splyce, finding a way to essentially prove that he is, in fact, the greatest player in the world here.
It was a pretty dominant performance overall for Mout Gang. It was only Mout, obviously. Their whole team, a lot of pressure, some great passing in the box, and they got the job done pretty easily versus Splyce.
Yeah, the synergy was there. I don't even know what to expect, honestly. And then you started talking about Mout, and then now I'm a Mout fan now. I've been converted. I've seen the play, and I really enjoyed it.
We're all ascribing here to the Church of Mout at this point on. From this point on, maybe a new Echo Zulu here in the works, kind of with that DreamHack magic. But overall, I think the biggest thing when I look at that series is talk about a whole lot of goals, a whole lot of pressure, especially looking at the side of Mout.
It was so good because like the pressure was there, but then those 50-50s were even better when they had those in the box. We saw, I'm pretty sure it was Extra, getting like 3 or 4 dunks that turned into great passes for teammates to just clean up goals. And it seemed like Splyce had no answer. They did win one game with Karma with that great fake in overtime. Besides that, though, Splyce was non-existent.
And I talked about communication before, and that's what seemed to be lacking for Splyce. The backboard defense was non-existent. All that comes down to communication and honestly trusting your teammates. Nobody there on the backboard. And even when they were, they couldn't get any clears.
Yeah, I'm a huge believer in body language and some of those aspects. And when you watch Splyce, whether it be scoring or getting scored on, it did feel like it was just a lack of oomph there that maybe you look to normally see.
Yeah, and plus that was a tryout for Karma for the Peeps roster, so we'll see if they continue with that. That there were some good things, but overall, we see Itachi here making plays. Like all 3 of them made plays. Mout with the finish. Of course he finishes. He finishes everything.
Yeah.
The man does not miss.
He does not.
His team doesn't score. He just lets them. You know, there's a plenty of ways here to describe Mout, but Mout is the man, the myth, joining us here up at the desk. And I've got to go ahead and ask Mout, how do you feel, man? You know, we know that there's a lot of responsibility with being the best player in the world, but I really do know, like, what does it feel like taking on Splyce on stage?
Feels really good. Our objective was to get at least to day 2, and we did it.
We had a ton of French players out in the crowd. Vitality, PSG, all cheering you on. Did you notice those guys out there cheering you on, and did that help you guys?
I mean, I know they're always cheering me on, but in the game, I'm really focused in the game, so I don't really pay attention to the crowd.
Right, and now that you moved on to day 2, what are your expectations now going forward into this tournament?
I don't know. It depends on the teams we have to face tomorrow. But if we can get to day 3, that would be dope, of course. But we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, I got to ask, without having that much time to get to know Mout Gang, can you give us maybe, just a little sample of, like, if you were to put words out there on what you feel like it's like to be on that roster and maybe what you guys represent, what would you have to say?
I'd say that's a meme, honestly. Everyone says that I'm the best player in the world, but Gang is going to win the tournament. But no, I'm happy when they say that. It's fun.
Yeah.
And it's a good start, man. You're on to day 2, the 23 seed again. Straight disrespect from the seeders.
Yeah,
so you have any words for the seeders out there?
5 of them.
Oh, okay. All right. Good. I like it.
All right. Well, thank you very much here, Mout, for joining us up at the desk. And with that here, we're going to make our transition into our next series as we have a lot of Rocket League on the line here. It is going to be Crazy Crew taking on Valencia. You're not going to want to miss it, so stay tuned.